right. Hello there. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Get IG going over here. Afternoon, guys. How are y'all doing out there today? Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Let's see here. It's a little gloomy today. Seems like the sun is trying to come out, but not really. How you guys are doing? Thanks for jumping on here today. We want to talk about getting money back. We always talk about taxes. Paying taxes is really not what we talk about, more so than getting money back and keeping more money. So today we want to talk about getting money back and or not paying money in at all. Okay, so you guys jump on board here. Hit like and share on this video. A lot of people are going to be interested in this. A lot of employers. I've been getting a lot of calls from employers regarding taking this employee retention credit. And that's what we're going to talk about today. It is an excellent credit, guys. It is a lot of money in the employer's pocket, or a lot of money they don't have to pay out. So we're going to talk about the employee retention credit, which is a part of the coronavirus tax relief for business. That's what we're talking about today. And we're always excited when it's coming, when we're talking about getting money back or not paying into taxes, right? So, I mean, that's one of the key things here. Again, so you can keep more money in your pocket. Keep your money that you work for. That's what we're going to talk about. So I wanted to discuss the employee retention credit, which is a part of the coronavirus tax relief bill that was passed last year under the CARES Act. And for a lot of employees, again, like I said, I get a lot of calls on this because you can get up to $5,000 per employee or $7,000 per employee. That's what we're going to talk about today. That's a lot of money, guys, a lot of money. All right, so they're actually literally allowing employers to be able to claim up to $50,000 per quarter. Look, for those of you who have employees in payroll who are paying into payroll taxes, you know that this is super huge. The employer always have to pay in some of the payroll taxes that they deducted from the employee. They have to match some of those taxes from the employer's share. And those are the taxes that you don't have to pay in. So this is super, super good right here. I really love it. And so I'm going to jump right into this. We want to talk about the employee retention credit, right? Thank you guys for jumping on. Hi, Darla. Thank you for tuning in, right? Let's jump right in here, guys. Employee retention credit, and what that is, it's monies that a credit that you can get for each employee that you pay eligible wages to, right? And so that's what this credit is. The employer, again, what I want to say is that the employer generally has to pay taxes in on wages that they pay out to employees. And for those of you who have employees in your payroll, we'll talk about who are employees and independent contractor. That's another section that you're going to be interested in. But for those people who have employees, the employer knows that they have to match their taxes and they have to pay into the tax account for each one of those employees. This retention credit, guys, gives you, like I said, up to $5,000 for 2000 wages paid in 2020, and from March the 12th to the end of the year, and up to $7,000 per employee for wages paid in 2021 because they extended this credit. So this is awesome. So what we want to talk about is the retention credit, and the wages has to be paid between March the 12th to December for the 2020 credit, which is up to $5,000 per person. And of course, the employer, to be eligible, you have to be have employees for less than 500 employees, because all this stuff is related to small employer, right? So less than 500 employees, you are eligible to be a part of the employee retention credit, and you are eligible to take this credit if you pay wages, eligible wages to employees. Now, there's some other criterias I want to talk about is what makes you eligible. And I know it's not listed there, but what makes you eligible, again, besides having 500 employees, guys, and this is very, very serious, your gross receipts has to have been reduced. Now, keep in mind that all the stuff that happens with the CARES Act has to do with the effects of COVID. Employers are affected. Some businesses were closed. Some businesses were partially closed, if not fully closed. So what they're trying to do is make sure that you have enough money in your pocket so you can continue to operate. So you must have had a reduction in revenue. So if you had at least 50% reduction in revenue in 2020 as opposed to 2019, you're eligible to claim this employee retention credit for each one of your employees that you pay wages to. Again, it's up to $5,000 per employees for the wages paid in 2021, and it is now $7,000 for 2000. 5,000 for 2020, $7,000 for 2000 wages paid in 2021, right? So that's what the employee retention credit, guys. And let me just run that back real quick. It is monies that you will be able to retain for wages paid to employees. Now, every employer has to pay employer payroll taxes on the monies they pay to employees. So this is the monies you don't have to pay in. Okay, so I want to talk about what that is, and then I will tell you guys how you can get that money back. What you do is every quarter when you have employees, you have to file those payroll taxes, and then you have to pay them into the government, right? So what you do is, if you are eligible for this credit, you do not have to pay that money into the government for those payroll taxes. So you'll file the payroll taxes, you will take that credit, and if you, let's say you had to pay in $8,000 and you have a credit of $5,000 for one employee, for instance, you will not pay $5,000 in. You reduce your $8,000 by that $5,000 and you pay the rest of it. That's a lot of money you can keep in your pocket in advance, guys. Any one of you guys out there who have employees who knows about this payroll taxes, which is one of the things that gets a lot of employers in trouble, because a lot of them don't pay these payroll taxes, and this is excellent. This credit you don't want to pass up, and you want to take it, and you want to take it in advance. Okay, it keeps money in your pocket. So one, we're talking about the employee retention credit today, which is a part of the coronavirus tax relief. And number two, I want to identify, guys, we're going to talk about the difference between independent contractor and employees. Now, this is a real touchy subject because a lot of employers don't know whether or not they have an independent contractor or an employee. Now, we just assume that, okay, well, we're just going to hire this person as an independent and we're going to hire this person as an employee. But there's rules, guys. There's rules that govern who is an independent contractor and who is an employee. Okay, so I'm going to tell you guys the difference between the independent contractor and the employee so you guys know who those people are. Hey, Eddie Trap, thanks for jumping on. Andy Smith, thank you. Makiba Jackson, thanks for jumping on. Hey, LeVar, how are you? Thank you, guys. Eddie has a question over here. I need to file a 2020 state tax return. Okay, I need to file a 2020 state tax return as a gig worker so I can qualify for the Golden State stimulus. Okay, we can take care of that, Eddie. We could definitely take care of that. Okay, so hit me up at the office number, send that information to us, and I will take care of that for you. No problem there. Awesome. All right, so let's talk about who's an independent contractor and who's an employee, guys. So when you are an employer and you hire someone to do some work, right? Now, if you hire an employee, one, you hire the person, you have rules and regulations of what they have to do, when they have to do it, where they have to do it at. You determine where the work is done, whether it's in your office, whether it's in their office. You determine how much you're going to pay them, and you determine the hours that they need to work. I need you here 5 days a week. These are the hours. So you determine all these things, right? And or you may have benefits for these folks. This is an employee. You mandate and you regulate how they work, where they work, what the benefits are, what the pay are. This is an employee, guys. Now, when you hire an independent contractor, you need to know the difference. You cannot hire an independent contractor and start mandating these things. An independent contractor, they work for different people, right? They're an entrepreneur. They have their own business. They work for different people. One, you do not control how they work, where they work, or when they work. For instance, if you hire them to do a project and you have a time frame that you need that project by, and they get that project done for you guys and deliver it, send it in, they are an independent contractor. You do not regulate when and how many hours they need to put in on that project. They can knock it out in an hour, 2 hours. It doesn't really matter. You don't regulate the time that they spent. This is an independent contractor. So one, you do not control what they do. Two, they work for who they want to work for because they are independent. They're an entrepreneur. They run their own business, right? And then three, generally, they use their own tools. They use their own supplies. You don't regulate any of that or any of their finances. And then they bill you according to what their fees are, right? So, and for the most part, you may have a contract with them. so you can know what it is that you're going to get for the work, for what you're paying for, right? So this is an independent person, guys. Make sure that you get this clear. A lot of companies get in trouble because they claim that if it is an independent contractor, but some people are employees, and as long as you follow those rules and you know the difference between the two and you treat it as such, you should be fine. Now, one of the reasons why you must know the difference between the independent contractor and the employees because of what we talked about a minute ago, which is the eligible employee wages that you pay. And for other reasons, like for instance, let's say the PPP loan, it was based on employee, not the independent contractors that you pay. It was people who was on your payroll. Now, I had a lot of clients calling me up because they said they pay out money, but they paid to independent folks. And they thought that was payroll, but it wasn't payroll. It wasn't employees. They had no payroll. So they weren't eligible for PPP loan because they had no payroll. Independent contractors don't make you eligible for PPP loan, guys. They're self-employed. They do their own work, and they file their own PPP loan. So that's the difference between the independent contractor and the employee. And I wanted to make that clear. It's a very touchy subject. There's a fine line. And if there's any question, you need to be able to determine. It regulates a whole lot of stuff in your company. Why this is so important, guys? It regulates a lot of stuff in your company. Again, the payroll taxes, your workers' comp, a lot of stuff when it comes to loans, the PPP loan, these employee retention credit. There's a lot of stuff that's regulated by whether or not you are paying an independent contractor or you have an employee. So make sure you guys make note of that, get that clear, real clear, okay? Because you don't want to run into a whole lot of problems that you're going to have to fix later on. Okay, so today, guys, thanks for jumping on here again. We're talking about the coronavirus tax relief for business. And the first point we made today was the employee retention credit and the independent contractor we're talking about right now. Hi, Class for Pop. Thanks for jumping on here. And guys, my third point today is the advance payment for the employee retention credit. Now, I talked about the fact that when you file your quarterly tax return, you can take the credit on the tax return and don't pay the money to the government, right? But let's say you had already filed those taxes and you have already made that payment. So what happened if you want to go back and claim the advance payment, the advance credit, the retention credit? You can do that. What you could do is you can file a form 7200 and you can put on that form, fill that form out completely. It's got to be complete. They let you know that you have to have everything on that form complete. And when you fill that form out, you can then take the credit for the monies you pay into the government for employees that were eligible for you to claim that credit, okay? So it's not lost. Don't ever think that it's lost because, oh my God, I've already filed these payroll taxes and I've already paid these payroll taxes. What do I do to get this money back? Again, this is a lot of money, up to $5,000 per employees, qualified employees in 2020 and up to $7,000, right? So that's a lot of money, a lot of credit that the government is allowing you to take if you're a small business with less than 500 employees, okay? So that's things. And the one more thing that I want to say that qualifies you to be able to get this credit, guys, I want to reiterate this point. You must have had a drop in gross revenue. You have had to have lost money during COVID, right? So your revenue had to have dropped at least 50% in 2020, or they changed it now a little bit less, 20% in 2021, which more businesses will be able to meet this criteria of the 20% reduction in sales. Okay, so that's it. So giving you an example, if your taxes that you had to pay in for the payroll, let's say it was $8,000 in 2021, you get a $7,000 per employee credit. You would then only have to pay in $1,000, right? This is excellent, great. Lots of money in the employer's pocket, more money for you to operate with, more money for you to have your business running. Okay, so and that's what the government wants with the CARES Act. So that's my 3 points today. Hi, Inez, and hi, Laverne. Thanks for jumping in here. How you doing, sis? And so let's go over the 3 points today, guys. We're speaking of the coronavirus tax relief for businesses. And I'm telling you, a lot of stuff is out there. A lot of money is out there. A lot of credits employers can take. And you know what the key is? If you don't know, then you won't take advantage of these things. At the end of the day, it's not, it's what you don't know is why you're going to be hurt by a whole lot of this stuff, because there's so much money out there and so much credit employers can take advantage of, but you need to know this stuff. So let's talk about the 3 points today. The employee retention credit, guys. If you have a payroll, there's eligible employees that you paid last year, your business was closed, you can get up to $5,000 in 2020 or up to $7,000 in 2021 per employee that you can deduct, and not having to pay that money into the government. You don't owe it to them. That money's in your pocket to continue to operate your business. Number 2, independent contractor or employee. The reason this is important because a lot of stuff depends on this. Again, the employee retention credit is for employees, not the independent contractors. Same with the PPP loan. It was for employees, not the independent contractor. A lot of stuff is governed by that. You must know who they are. If you do not regulate what that person does, when they do it, where they do it at, how they do it, and they work for other people, they're independent. But you cannot hire someone that's an independent contractor and mandate what they do, when they come, what the hours are, and how, using your tools, using your office. You cannot mandate that person to be an independent contractor. They must be an employee on your payroll. So you guys make sure you know the difference between the two. It can get you in a whole lot of trouble, okay? If you don't want that. And my 3rd point today, the advance payment for the employee retention credit. If you have already filed your quarterly payroll taxes for 2020 and 2021, they're allowing you to take it into 2021 first, second, third quarter. If you have already filed those taxes, guys, there's a form 7200 you can file, and you can either take the credit in advance if you have already filed those taxes, and you can claim the credit on that form and get that money back for all your eligible employees. Okay. Again, this is big. $5,000 per employee, 2020 payroll, $7,000, 2021 payroll. Clients have called me up. I get all kinds of emails. Don't forget, I need to take this credit, but you have to be eligible. Your gross revenue must have been reduced either by 50% in 2020 or 20% in 2021. Okay, so that's my 3 points today on the coronavirus tax relief credit for employers, money in your pocket, which is what we always want to talk about. For the most part, you don't want to work and give your hard-earned money back to the government in taxes. We're here to make sure that you save, keep more money in your pocket. Okay, so that's it today from me, guys. Before I go on to invite you guys to come back here Thursday at 1 p.m. And I really want to make sure that you guys sign up for the free. If you ever thought about starting your own business and you haven't decided whether you should do it or not, you don't have any really great reason, there's a lot going on in your head, sign up free for this class, guys. I will give you 10 reasons why you should sign up for your own business, why you would be benefiting from it, how you can save money, put more money in your pocket, build more wealth. This is going to be, and I know you guys out there have a whole lot of things that you're doing. You are doing a lot of stuff as a hobby, a lot of things on the side, a lot of side gigs. You're doing a lot of stuff that is literally a business. So I will teach you guys, tell you guys a reason why you should turn it into a business. And once you hear these reasons, and I will teach you other things that you need to know to be able to run and operate your business. Sign up free Thursday. We're going to do it on the 15th at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Go to elainesdesk.com. Go to elainesdesk.com and sign up. Share this with everybody, guys. And even if you started your business and you're a little confused about what you're doing, you want to sign up free for this class, because this will lead you into another class that we'll have that will teach you how to get your business going and how you can grow and how you can be very, very successful, like most of the other successful businesses that we have built over the years that made millions of dollars. Any other question? Mentioned you in a comment. Let's see. Thank you, Elaine Proby. You are so sweet. Thank you. All right. You're awesome, Professor. Okay, cool. All right. Thank you so much. Yes, a professor. I'm glad he called me a professor. I used to teach at one time. But thank you so much for that. Okay, guys. With that said, I think I'm up out of here again. Hit like and share on this video. You guys have signed up for the notification. Thank you. Hope you guys. Hi, sis, Laverne. Okay. Hope you guys have gotten your notification, as well as, share this video so everybody else can get it as well. Good afternoon. Hey, it's Jackson. How are you doing? Yes. Darla, can I get the PPP loan if I'm not working? No, Darla, you have to have a business to get it, but you and I can talk about some other stuff that you may be eligible for as well. I want to make sure that you're getting benefits. If you're not working, there are benefits out there for you as well if you're not working. So give me a call at the number, guys. You guys can call us here at PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, 323-290-9034, and or visit our website at PROBY'Stax.com, and we will be able to answer any questions that you guys have or help you with whatever it is that you need to get done. Okay, this is what we're here for. So with that said, guys, I am up out of here. Again, I want you guys to take care of each other and take care of yourself. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.